feeling a little sickly today. I don't know where I got it, but it has me thinking about Wim Hof and the fact that the man, or I don't know what he says, he doesn't get ever sick. Wim Hof, if you don't know, is someone that essentially tackles the cold all the time and uses it as a pillar of strength in his life. Today's video, I'm going to talk about spirituality again. I'm going to talk about things in life that aren't quite quantifiable, that we don't quite understand that much, but that play a drastic role in, I believe, our satisfaction. My name's Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. My mission, to give you the tools you need to do whatever the fuck you want in this life. So I caught a cold, I think 2 or 3 days ago. I was traveling to Canada to my cousin's wedding, who happens to have the same name as me. I thought it was unique. I thought it was cool. Tarab, unique name. Turns out a lot of people have this name. Turns out it's a trend in society. So I look forward to meeting the other Tarabs and what they're accomplishing, considering the brand's name. But I've been reading this book, The Celestine Prophecy, and it's gotten me to think a lot about the things that we don't talk about very much in society anymore, because I think a lot of us believe that they're just kind of hodgepodge bullshit. Things that perhaps were a pillar of medicine in ages past. Things that perhaps were a pillar of leadership in ages past. Things that really set people apart from the rest of society. And I think this is something that is appearing again in society. Perhaps it's something that I'm latching onto, and so I'm seeing it more and more. But the reality is wealth, progress, power in life are being discussed a lot, because each of us as individuals, we want to have that beautiful life. We want to have something that we can brag about, something that we can remember when we age, when we don't necessarily have the ability. And when I think about it most, when I think about it in the quiet hours, the spiritual part of us, the part of us that connects with things in a deeper level, a belief in ourselves, a belief in perhaps something greater, the scale at which we look at things. All of this plays into how we heal ourselves as we move forward in difficult situations, stressful situations, but also how we approach everything that we do in our life. And I've met a lot of religious people that seem to have trouble bringing those beliefs into their personal life, bringing those beliefs into their daily life. Right? Like, what does it mean to have your soul smile? Right? Like, what does it mean to feel a presence before seeing it? Or to feel a vibe before knowing exactly what's causing it? Or when we think about people in our lives and somehow they miraculously hit us up, right? These are common examples, perhaps, but I think incredibly important to think about in life. The reason being, it kind of brings us out of the bullshit a lot of the time. It brings us out of our immediate satisfaction, our immediate goals, our worldly presence. It actually, in the past, it has really given me a lot of context and a lot of peace to know that though I might be going through a difficult time, or though I might not have everything that I want, that if I can smile and I can trick myself almost into feeling good, that it sets the motion for the next couple days. And the more that I do this, as I'm experimenting now, the more that I do this, the more at peace I feel with the decisions that I make. And the more I begin to understand some of the philosophies of powerful people. Now, I haven't met very many, or I haven't even come across very many incredibly wealthy people with this philosophy. But perhaps it's because they don't talk about their wealth, because they see it as a byproduct of belief, of this kind of spiritual, religious thing. So the Celestine Prophecy is a book recommended to me by Nizar. And props to my Pakistani team putting these videos out and helping me a lot. You know, my heart goes out to you guys, and I hope all of the respect and wishes on you. Nizar told me after a couple conversations that he thought I was ready to read this book. And it's always funny to me when I come across almost like signs in life, right? Like strange kind of ethereal visions. I used to talk about the ether a lot, right? People used to ask me, where are you from? I said the ether, or the walls. I thought it was kind of like this mystical thing, but really that's what I believe. You know, I believe we're souls. We have this kind of actions kind of transcend what we immediately understand they can do. If our thoughts transcend what we understand they can do. I wanted to take some time today to let you know that in my personal life, having a more grounded self, having a better go of rough situations, this all has to do with how much I let my soul shine, or how much I let my soul be happy and think happy thoughts and think about giving, really, as much as I possibly can, to impart an emotion onto someone, to impart inspiration onto people. The more at peace I feel with myself. And I don't think I'm alone in this. I think everything that I go through is part of a deeper human condition. Perhaps it's selfish and narcissistic, I don't know. But it's my experience, and I figure I'd give it to you. So I would encourage you to think about the times in your life where things have felt incredibly peaceful, where you have felt the things that you have been thinking about recently don't really matter that much to you. That you almost feel like it's a void, like that you've created a void in your head of peace, of serenity. And I want you to sit there for as long as you can and feel that moment. The breath, the peace around you. But this is available to us, always. This peace is genuinely always available to you. It's just a matter of knowing how to tap into it. And actually, what I'm beginning to hypothesize is that the power of this peace can be used in situations that can be conceived as or not peaceful, potentially even stressful. But again, it requires patience, consistency, and it is part of the reason why all these incredibly spiritual, peaceful people have such an impact when they enter a room, or just have such a consistency about their routine, because they have this constant friend to remind them that life flows through us. We are conduits of this existence. Utilize it, really. Like try to find connections that feel right to you, that give you peace, and try to believe in them more. I'm not a religious person, really. I'm not. I'm fairly spiritual. I used to be a lot more spiritual, but since reading this book, I've kind of gotten back to that. I like kind of going through these spiral cycles in life of philosophy changes. I think it's the contrast is a good way to grow as a person. So I'm on this part of the spiral, I suppose. And it's nice, because even my sickness, you know, I go to sleep sometimes, I just smile in bed, like straight up full on smile, you know, right before hitting the hay. And I feel warm inside when that happens. You know, I feel that I'm loving myself, that I care about myself, and that I care about other things as well. That it's a worldly experience to have that warmth. Spread it as much as you can. experience as much as you can, become a master of utilizing this energy inside of you. And I believe it'll make it much easier to go through the difficult things in life, and it'll bring you just a lot of satisfaction to know that you have that peace whenever you want it. Because life can get hard, I know. And it's important to have strategies to circumvent those difficulties sometimes. Not avoid them. Don't ever avoid them. But to internalize them wisely. Hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, smash that thumbs up, share it with someone. Subscribe if you'd like to see my face more and learn more about emotional intelligence, my journey as a leader, I suppose. And if you have some time, check out this video. It's one that I made a long time ago about spirituality in particular. Perhaps I'll link something else. But actualize your potential catalyst. Use all of the tools that you possibly can in your life to actualize your potential in this life. Because the world needs you. The world needs you. Take care.